Hello everyone, me again. I had another instance where I filmed some stuff and watching it back, it was not enjoyable to me, and I didn't look like I was enjoying it then, which is odd because I was. But today I wanted to make a video all about my upcoming NaNoWriMo project. So I'm going to actually be putting it on the site. It looks like they fixed some of the bugs that I was worried about. I still am not a big fan. Like I mentioned on my Twitter, the site just doesn't feel user-friendly anymore. And it's gonna be a lot for me to get used to, I guess. But I'm committing, I'm putting my project, sorry. And yeah, I'm maybe even going to do a little prep work in here and share with you the little bit I've already done. So first I want to say, today's the 18th, it's Friday. I had hoped to have an announcement up about my giveaway for Stonesoul, but if you follow me on my social medias, you'll see that that has not happened. I'm still in the process of going through my proof. I have a little over 100 pages to go. It's just going a lot slower than I thought, even though I feel like I'm constantly working on it, because it was a lot longer than I remembered it being. Like, I knew it was long, but it was 440 pages, so it's taken me a little time, which sucks because I had hoped to have a teaser up, the release date announced, and the giveaway announcement, but yeah, I don't have the teaser up. Haven't decided on a release date because I probably have to push it back from my planned one. And I have not even started writing up the giveaway announcement, so I'm a little behind, but you know, it happens, and as long as I just keep pushing forward, it will be okay. So now for NaNoWriMo, sorry, I'm trying to remember what I've mentioned in past videos. So I did mention I'm going to be working on my kind of reboot of last year's NaNoWriMo novel, which is called Heartlines. I have a synopsis. It feels kind of long, so I don't want to read it all, but I'll give you like a brief kind of summary. It is a young adult paranormal romance. My main character is a 17-year-old named Paz. She lives with her single mother in a mobile home park. I almost called it a trailer park, but I found that people are trying to stop calling them trailer parks and now want to call them mobile home parks, which is okay, but I lived at a trailer park, so no judging, and also it's just habit for me to call it a trailer park. But she lives with her mother, her single mother, in a trailer park, and this trailer park is located kind of right on the cusp of two different towns, which puts her in the school district for a really wealthy, snobby high school. And so her and all the other kids from the trailer park, they're these poor kids that are just looked down on by the rest of the school, because the rest of the school is full of, you know, yuppies, basically. And she meets the new boy. His name is Jameson, and I love him. He is like just a happy-go-lucky puppy, and he's awesome. But he's a rich boy, and he's very preppy, and he's immediately accepted into, you know, the cool kids. But he also immediately likes her because, I don't know, it's not just a because she's different type thing. Their interactions are really cute, so I'm layering their interactions. But he likes her, she likes him, but she doesn't want to, because not only is he a rich kid, he's also a human, and she is a werewolf. And so she really she's not mean. She can come across mean, but she's not like outwardly like cruel to him or anything, because I don't like that in a love story. So that's like, I don't know, I don't want to call them like A and B plots because they just intertwine. So that's one side of the plot. The other side of the plot is that her and her mother are not just werewolves, they are packless werewolves, which is pretty much on the same level as them being poor among the rich people in town. When in this universe, if you are a werewolf that exists without a pack, you're just looked at as kind of like really weak and useless. And if it's your choice to be without a pack, you know, doubly so. Like, why would you choose something like that? So not only are you weak and useless, but you're stupid too, basically, is how werewolf society looks at packless werewolves. So her mom, like, escaped from her pack when she was pregnant with Paz, And so Paz has never known what it's like to be in a pack or whatever, and her mom is essentially avoiding the alpha of her former pack. That is essentially the other half of my plot, because, you know, there's a lot of drama. The alpha did not want her to leave, and he wants her back, and so he comes in and out of their lives sporadically, but he's a real big creepy piece of shit, and he notices that, you know, Paz is getting older, and if he can't have her mom, you know, he kind of wants her instead. So he's the very clear-cut villain of this story. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited to try my hand at it again. What I really want to do is do a Save the Cat like beat sheet for it. I just have not had the time because I've been desperately working on this proof. But I have all my characters, I have my synopsis, and I have my laundry that I have to go get. So I will be right back to talk more about this story. So, I hate laundry. Random trivia about me. I hate laundry, but I got it switched over, and I'm back. And I think I'm just gonna jump into putting my story on the NaNoWriMo website as soon as McLovin stops yelling at me. You've been fed. Mm-hmm. You little weenie. What? Let me get to projects. Announce new project. Woo! It is called Heartlines. You know what? Let me zoom in a little bit and make this better. Yeah, that's it. Prepping. How much privacy do you want? Buddies, I guess? It is a novel associated with a NaNoWriMo event. NaNoWriMo 2019. On to my goal. Because you have chosen NaNoWriMo 2019, some information cannot be edited. Oh, okay, so they block it all out. Okay, on to details. What is the current total word count? 0. I have not started rewriting it. Young adult, mostly. I don't have a... Oh, wow, this is really cool. You can add a Pinterest for the project and a playlist. That's pretty nifty, I gotta admit. Add a project summary. You know, all I have is like my super long synopsis that I wrote. So I'm gonna try and come up with something on the fly. Paz is a poor kid stuck going to a rich school. And more. She's a werewolf. She doesn't relate to anybody. And then the new boy takes an interest in her. He's everything she can't stand. Human, rich, happy. But she's inexplicably drawn to him at the same time. But she can't risk getting close to him. Not only would it be stupid to reveal her furry little problem. Not only would it be stupid to reveal her true nature to him, but it would endanger him, especially now that the cruel alpha from her mother's former pack has his sights set on her. Okay, I think that sounds pretty good. I'm gonna give it another read through. Paz is a poor kid stuck going to a rich school, and more, she's a werewolf. She doesn't relate to anybody. I'm gonna put a hyphen there. Looks better to me. And then the new boy takes an interest in her. He's everything she can't stand. Human, rich, happy, but she's inexplicably drawn to him at the same time. But she can't risk getting close to him. Not only would it be stupid to reveal her true nature to him, but it would endanger him as well. especially now that the cruel alpha from her mother's former pack has his sights set on her. Yeah, that sounds about right, until I can come up with a, I guess, better, small summary. I do kind of like that it has this little prepping flag here. That's interesting. What's this do? What does this pin do? Does anybody know what this freaking pin does? I'm gonna flip. Either way, I have got my novel finally announced, and for anyone interested, I just go by April K on NaNoWriMo. Feel free to add me, I'll add anyone. I love making new writer friends. So yeah, I did end up downloading Natalia Lee's Preptober workbook. I will try to remember to put a link to her website down below where you can download it. And I know I showed it off. I printed it out at work and put them into plastic sleeves because I don't plan to actually write on the papers. It's just kind of something to model it after. But I went through it and it's great. I love everything about it, except a lot of it is helping you to pinpoint your novel. And a lot of it is helping you to brainstorm like newer ideas. Maybe you only have like a very brief idea of what you're doing. Whereas with this, I 100% know where I'm going. I have pretty much the whole story plotted out right now. So I don't really need a lot of stuff that's in the workbook, which sucks for me. But I'm so happy to have it. I can use it in the future. I did go through and kind of glean what I wanted to from it. And I did do a few on camera, but the footage looked like garbage, so I'll just kind of go over it with you. These were from the Creating the Mood page from the workbook. What emotions do you want the reader to experience? I said I wanted hope. You know, that things can change, you can be better, you don't have to be stuck in a rut, even if life is really hard, I guess. I want people to feel kind of a loneliness. I want a sense of, I guess, isolation and feeling like you don't fit in, like that you don't belong anywhere. I want the readers to be able to feel that, at least in the beginning, so that then they can feel love. And when I say love, I mean like romantic love, familial love, friend love. In this story, Paz is a packless werewolf, but the story is essentially about her finding her own pack, if that makes sense. The next question was choose 3 songs that sound like your book. And I will try to link these songs just because music is great. But the first song I chose was Heartlines by Florence and the Machine. I had to, for a lot of reasons. That's where I got the inspiration for the title. Florence Welch's voice is amazing. She is my muse. And, it's just a good song. The second song I chose was No Rest for the Wicked by, I know I'm going to butcher this, Laika Lee? Laika Lai? I'll put it on the screen. I don't know how to pronounce it, but the song is really good. And the third song, Howling at the Moon by Fantagram. Just another song that sounds kind of... I like singers that have haunting voices, I guess, hauntingly beautiful. Before, I also meant to say, but it was either going to be between No Rest for the Wicked and Human Behavior by Bjork. So mine might be a 4-song list, in which case Human Behavior by Bjork is, one of that, because, like I said, I like hauntingly beautiful singers, and Bjork, her music's awesome. You should listen to it if you have not. The next question was, why did you choose those songs? What emotions do they bring up in you? And they pretty much bring up everything I want them to. When I was listening to Heartlines, it brings up kind of a whimsical feeling. It makes me feel whimsy. It also gives me a very melancholic feeling. I feel melancholy because Florence just, like I said, I keep using the term, her voice is so haunting, and definitely melancholy, and also like a longing or pining. And it's funny, I feel like every time I write something about werewolves, there's always an element of pining, and I don't know why. And then when I listen to No Rest for the Wicked, it helps, I think, in the lyrics is like about being lonely, but it did help me to feel lonely. It's a fun song, but there's also something, I guess, I don't know, even without the lyrics, it makes you feel alone in a good way, I think, I don't know. But it also made me feel kind of like an eagerness. I guess you could almost say it was an eagerness to not be lonely anymore, which is a good feeling for this story. And then when I was listening to Howling at the Moon by Fantagram, it kind of gave me a sense of, it also was loneliness, but there was also kind of a confusion, but just also all 3 songs in like combined left me wanting more, if that makes sense, like just wanting more in general out of life, out of what's around me, and that is, I think, a great feeling for my story. Then there was a page in the workbook called Meet Your Main Character, so I kind of copied the prompts out of there and filled those out. It had basic info, like name, age, gender, and stuff. Her name is Paz Reynolds, she's 17, a cis female. So then there were questions on the Meet Your Main Character page. Why did you choose this character to tell the story? I wanted a character who was like outwardly tough, because then I wanted to be able to show their soft inner core, and, you know, someone who seems really aloof on the outside but is actually extremely vulnerable. And I also wanted a character that was rightfully angry with the status quo, like, you know, if a rich kid was pointing out the injustices, you know, rich versus poor, you know, it's like, okay, but you're still benefiting. Like, so I needed a character that, you know, wasn't benefiting, if that makes, I don't know. How will they develop over the story? What changes will they undergo? That feels spoilery. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna read that answer just because of the spoilery content. What does your character want? Are they going to get it or will they fail? I will tell you what she wants. She wants acceptance and to find her true self, and I guess to not be judged for what she is. And I'm not going to tell you whether she gets that or not. What does your character fear most? How does this fear influence their actions throughout the novel? Paz fears looking weak. She does not want people to feel sorry for her because she secretly feels sorry for herself, and it embarrasses her. She never shows it, and she's not the kind of girl to like blush and act embarrassed on the outside, but she's very humiliated with her life and her circumstances. And she also fears rejection, because that is just another way of looking weak, I guess. Hi, kitty. And so she comes across very apathetic and antisocial, and like I mentioned earlier, aloof. She's constantly like putting her foot in her mouth because it's like a way of defending herself. And she comes across as mean sometimes. Like, she'll say stuff that comes out just way harsher than she intended. And then she like spends the rest of the day beating herself up over it because she didn't mean to sound so mean. And it's because she's mean so people don't see how vulnerable and embarrassed she really is in her own skin. I guess this is also a story of learning to love who you are, even if, you know, it's hard. So yeah, that was meeting my main character and creating the mood for this story. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm probably going to cut it off right about now, actually. I'm going to get back to working on my proof. My stupid proof that actually is really fun to read. It's much better than the first one. It really, really is. Speaking of the first one, don't forget it's free and the paperback price was lowered to $9.99. Yeah, so friend me on NaNoWriMo. I'm just April K on there. Yeah, it looks like you could just do like nanowrimo.org/ you know what? Why am I even saying this? I'll just link it down below. You big stupid, what's wrong with me? Add me on NaNoWriMo. Comment down below, what are you writing for NaNoWriMo? Like, comment, subscribe, all that good fun stuff. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.